All right, we're back, everyone. So, yeah, that plot line there. Don't worry about that right now. We'll touch on that again later. It would seem we are in southern Danaland again. Minfilia is doing, no doubt, may the 12 speed her on her way, and the warriors of darkness too. I cannot help but wonder what awaits those wayward souls. If they gave their lives in order to travel to the source, then in returning to the first, would they not? But mayhap that was their wish. An ending marking a new beginning. You gotta wind up Mombrita, destined to die a hero and live on as a mechanized servitor. Forgive me. My thoughts were elsewhere, and this is when I know full well there is yet work to be done. The crystals... Leave them to me. I will go back into Zaharak and secure them. The Amalja will still be in disarray after the thrashing the Warriors of Darkness gave them. They're not like to notice a lone bod striking about. But Thancred, you don't have to do this, I know. But I want to. I'll see you at the Rising Stones. I should go and find Ida and Papalimo. They must have finished searching the mass camp by now. Not that it matters anymore. You must be tired, Miro. I know I am. Don't tell me I deserve a rest, because... If thou wilt permit me, my lady, I would ask a question. When didst thou become aware of my independent pursuits? When I saw you meeting with the Warrior of Darkness in the Ascian in the White at the Great Library. I tried not to think the worst. You've never been one to confide in others, so I knew that even were your intentions pure, you would not share your plans with us until you felt the time was right. But I cannot deny that part of me feared you had simply betrayed us. Would that there had been another way. Know that I took no pleasure in deceiving thee, and that these sins will forever weigh heavy on my heart. I understand why you did what you did. That you sought to achieve the greatest good while inflicting the least harm. Not many would have the courage to make that choice, but even knowing what came of your actions, I find that I cannot condone them. I am sorry. Miro, forgive me, but I believe the events of the day have taken their toll on me. I should like to rest for a while. If thou wilt grant me leave, I would gladly escort thee unto a refuge of thine own choosing. Once my lady hath regained her strength, we shall join thee at the Rising Stones. Until then, Warrior of Light. Elsie's like, I've known about your whole time. I've known about your machinations the whole time, you tall bitch. You large bitch. Mine lady, using mine own descriptor for your brother against me. I find myself pleased. Wait, where's Papalimo? Shit, he's still in Danaland. Fuck. Alphino was gonna go talk to Papalimo. Why the hell do I have to go talk to Papalimo? The game's like, hey, go back to the Rising Stones. And it's like, oh, by the way, you're not going back to the Rising Stones. Also, why is Papalimo not inside? Well met, Miro. Alphino said you would be joining us. It would seem the Griffin Double was telling the truth, insofar as we found nothing resembling a sizable cache of crystals in the masked camp. Did you perchance find one in Zaharak? Actually... I don't believe it. The crystals, Minfilia, all of it. I don't know what it is. I sympathize, Ida. Even now, I struggle to comprehend that which I saw. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that I feel blessed to have been granted a final chance to speak with her. It was bittersweet, aye, but also affirming. Alphino, I believe it is past time Ida and I rejoin the Scions. We have been away far too long. Though I am loath to leave the Griffin to his own devices, I feel our investigation will benefit from your more dispassionate perspectives, and I hope that we might in turn offer our own opinions on the many challenges that you have faced in our absence. Gods, it's been absolutely ages, hasn't it? I can't wait to hear about everyone's adventures. We should be glad to recount them, and Tataru's tales may well surprise you. Ida? Ida? Well, God be praised, it is you. Ida, alive and standing here before me, in the flesh. I can hardly believe my eyes. Oh, come now, has it been so long that you don't remember me? It's Gundamald. I fought beside your father in the revolution. Do not think less of her, friends. It's been 20 years since the occupation sent us our separate ways, but the Resistance were always welcome in little Ala Mhigan. They gave us hope, and young Ida most of all. Aye, Ida here was always full of fire, ever the first to volunteer for a mission, until the day she up and vanished, that is. There are rumors, and we feared the worst, but here you are, alive and well, looking nary a day older. Well, what can I say? I'm sorry for running off like that and making you all worry. It's a long story, but you see, I got involved with my friends here, the Scions. Oh, sorry, we were still the Snow Circle of Knowing back then. Right, anyway, I wanted to come back and tell you, but it was all very secretive stuff at the time, and as you can see, I'm completely fine. I know we've got a lot to talk about, and we will, but right now I've got to hurry back to our headquarters. My friends are expecting me. Pray forgive her. It has been a very long day for us all. I promise we will visit again at the first opportunity. That is the mustache of a traitor. Let us return to the Rising Stones. Did he just call Alphino a psychopath? He could have. I'm going to assume he did. Hells take me for giving you that mask. Alright, now we can go to the Rising Stones. I could Gundapal just walked out here and was like, hey, it's Ida. Alright, that's cool. And then just didn't do anything else and went back into the town. So either he completely forgot what he went out there for, or, you know, he was just like walking. Welcome home, Miro. I trust your journey was uneventful. You will be pleased to hear that Thancred has secured the crystals. He sent word a short while ago. Once he's delivered them safely to the Temple Knight's care, he will rejoin us here, and we can declare this matter officially resolved. While awaiting your arrival, I took the opportunity to contact Ishtola and Crime, and brief them on all that has occurred. I also requested that they return to the Rising Stones at their earliest convenience. Now that our lost friends have been found, it would seem meet to discuss the future.
Back in the Solar. It's been too long since we were all together like this. Not since after Moonbreeder.
Much has changed since then. We ourselves, most of all.
Though not all who were lost could be gathered here today, we may take comfort in the knowledge that those who are not are carrying on the fight.
While I am grateful to our friends in the North for their hospitality, it isn't half good to be back.
But, as Papalima rightly said, much has changed since we last stood here. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are not as they once were, nor should we be. Our travels in the North brought us into contact with a host of fine and generous people, and their selfless deeds serve to show me that it is not lofty causes that should inform our actions, but our hearts. And I hope that the Scions might continue in this manner, as individuals driven by individual principles. Provided we all sincerely desire to work towards Eorzea's salvation, I believe the paths we follow to achieve it need not, and should not, be dictated by any single ideal.
Companions bound by a common purpose, free to go whither they will. The idea is not without merit. Very well. I shall resume my research of the primals and the elder gods of Eorzea. Should anyone have need of my findings, you need only ask. I should be glad of your continued assistance.
Well, my main purpose in coming here was to see the signs of the Seventh Dawn restored and my dear friend found. Nevertheless, having involved myself in your struggles, I feel compelled to see them through to the bitter end. For Minfilia's sake. That is, if there are no objections.
You will always be welcome here, Kryl.
Urianger, can we trust you to carry on your investigation of the Ascians as before?
Regardless of mine own desires, I am undeserving of your trust, having so villainously deceived you all.
Now, I'll hear no more of that. 'Twould be disrespectful of Minfilia's wishes. She entrusted matters here to us, that we might protect this star and understand the truth which hides at her heart. Mayhap I can handle the former, but I think you far better suited to the latter. No?
Very well. Then out of love for my Lady Minfilia and Moonbreeder both, this shall be my solemn charge.
Papalimo and I should probably return to Thanalan to keep an eye on the Resistance. There's still the matter of the Griffin and the Amalja, not to mention the new Imperial Viceroy. That little lot must be worthy of our attention, right?
And what will you do, Alize?
You know I have no great love for organizations and formalities. That being said, this new approach you propose is not wholly objectionable, and we've always got her to keep us from bickering. But I will suffer no titles. I am not here for House Leveilleur, nor to walk in Grandfather's shadow.
Upon that point, we see eye to eye. If it please you, you may think of me as but another comrade in arms.
Well then, Alfie, I, for my part, shall see to the paperwork and the finances with my characteristic aplomb.
I would not have it any other way, Tataru. And we mustn't forget you. What now for the Warrior of Light?
New adventure. What else?
Indeed.
The path behind us was fraught with hardship, and the path before us will be no less unforgiving. But a new dawn shall break over the realm, and I see before me the faces of those who will deliver it.
Jeremy says, "What aplomb, Tataro! You were accused of heresy within minutes in Ishgard." Hey, she said the finances, not the information gathering. Look at them, Miro. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Look at how far we've come. The people we've met, the moments we've shared, the losses we've suffered, the tragedies we've overcome. All of it has made us into who we are today. Where we go from here and what the future holds, only the 12 know. But I know we will find out together.
One world's heroes are another world's villains. One world's loss, another world's gain. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life, my friends, if I may, I would ask that you entrust Tupsimati to me. Clouds gather upon the horizon, and as Master Louisoix's disciple, I would keep it close at hand. Thank you. I shall guard it well. There is cause to hope. For every ending, every parting, marks a new beginning.
Well done, brother. You may resume your normal duties and rejoin the others. The coming battle shall be our greatest yet, and I intend to stand with you all on that glorious day. True believers are so readily led. I have given them everything they desired, all for which they have prayed. I doubt you can say the same for your pawns. Get what you wanted then? Was it all worth it in the end? There were some unexpected developments, but they were ultimately to our advantage. Be it host to a surfeit of light or dark, a world bereft of equilibrium is but a void in waiting, and a void is of no use to my master. I shall follow her emissary with great interest. As for the pawns whom you so pity, they have been delivered unto me. They have delivered unto me a gift, which I do now present to you. The eyes of Nidhogg. Many were the candidates considered, but by your deeds you have proven yourself most deserving. A man of boundless rage and bottomless despair. It is in whose breath beats for a heart which thirsts for vengeance. Only you are fit to wield these eyes, for weal or for woe. Fucking Nidhogg's eyes, Jesus. They will never stop. They keep showing up and fucking shit up. So it was here all along. Oh, look who it is. Oh, just you wait, my pretty. You and I are gonna have so much fun. Turns out he's not supposed to be in there, and him laughing maniacally like that gets him caught. No retreat, no surrender. Alright, does this give us a title? Usually these give us titles. Surrender of Souls. Surrender of Souls, done. Alright, we're on patch 3.5 now, guys. This is the final lead up to Stormblood. Tidings from Guravania. Miro, just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise. Okay, I actually don't know where the Diamond Forge is, so... Okay, it's in... What else? Okay. It's Nero 5 names! Man, I still remember during Realm Reborn when Gaius is like, hey, yo, Nero, go do this. Ritagian, I need you to do this. Livia, we're gonna fuck. I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments. Livia? Nah. Too aggressive for my tastes. Right, everyone? Ready to go to work? No squirming now. Oh, and you might want to close your eyes. What's with that smile, Tatara? The hell do they do? There, all finished. The Warrior of Light's every measurement from heroic head to intrepid toe. Well, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Miro. All in good time. Aha! Found you! Alphino wants everyone in the Solar for a meeting. I don't know what it's about, but he seemed to think it was very important. Go on, we have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting. Why did that man go into a karate pose for that? Could you imagine if you spoke to your employees and they just fucking did weird poses? Like how many weird looks would your boss give you?
We're here. Did we miss anything?
You missed everything.
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Orianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Elise. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Is that all? Well, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our number step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice, though I concede she might struggle to balance her new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness! Help! I need some help here!
Tataru, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Narco! God, how did... Y'shtola! Please, you have to help her!
Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Ala Mhigan Resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Ala Mhigan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Ala Mhigan, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I shall depart for Lim-Solaminsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emeric and encourage him to send an envoy. To Taru, Kryl, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end. The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. 'Twas Master Louisoix himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
All right, ladies and gents, we're going to take another break. We'll be back with more FF14. Lots of story today, I know, but here goes.